My name is Aloys Lavern. I'm a communications professional. I'm also a director at Restore and Renew Wellness Group Limited, and I'm a millennial on the move. I started being a young leader in university. I was president of Daystar University for 4 years. And then I think that's what escalated my leadership qualities to now the workplace. So right from starting a business to growing up the corporate ladder. So I think I always exhibited leadership qualities, and you'd see it, many people ignore it, but right from primary school, being picked as a school prefect, in high school, becoming a football captain. So I think these are things that we take for granted, but I think these were leadership qualities that were actually being instilled in me. So I think when it comes to what I do every single day, I would say leadership is about managing people, and that is right from picking the right team. So I believe that managing people entails picking the right team, and then it just makes your work easier moving forward. So if you're able to manage people very well and pick the right team, then it makes your work easier. So my day-to-day job is just finding out what everyone is doing and ensuring that they're doing what they're doing and they're doing it to their best abilities. And if they're not able to, then helping them to be able to achieve what it is that they're supposed to achieve. So typical day in the life of Aloys' life is one, wake up, pray, do a bit of a workout, so 15 minutes of cardio, 15 minutes of strength training, and then getting dressed, ensuring that I'm looking as sharp as possible, and leaving for the workplace. So when I get there, the first thing is to get a status update of how the day, previous day has been, what are we looking to achieve throughout the day, and then what tasks and how can I help the team then achieve what they're supposed to achieve throughout the day. So being a student leader was quite interesting. I would say it was almost like a full-time job in itself. So throughout the day, I was listening to students' issues, attending meetings with the management on behalf of the students, and then all the way up to like 5 p.m. And then from 5:30 p.m., I would then take my classes up to 8:30 p.m. So that's why I say it was literally a full-time job. Of course, you miss the university days, being a radical, especially. I definitely do miss those days, but I feel like those days impacted who I am today, helped me become an even better leader now after leaving university.
We as the youth are the leaders of today, and that's why I believe that we need to take every leadership opportunity that comes our way, as opposed to waiting for these opportunities to be brought to us.
Actually, a lot of consultancies that I've done have been to help universities bridge the gap with companies, so create employment for students who are getting out of universities, but even for companies that are looking to penetrate the student market, helping them penetrate that student market through my interaction with current student leaders. Actually, one of the reasons why we started this facility was to help young people across Africa. And if you actually look at this space, we've tried to not make it the traditional mental wellness center that you'd find. Have a lot of books around, have clean air, a big space where young people can actually feel free and come here. We're trying to demystify mental health and mental wellness, not as something that is almost like a disease, but something that is normal. And we all have our struggles with mental health, and we just want to help everyone be able to address this, find out what challenges that they're going through, and be able to help them walk through that journey. One of the biggest things I'd say that millennials are facing is alcohol and drug abuse. I'd say that's one of the biggest problems. The other one I would say is anxiety, and I feel like this comes a lot from social media. People seeing these perfect lives on social media and wanting to have those perfect lives but not being able to get that. So I'd say these are the 2 or 3 biggest challenges that millennials are facing.
Being here at Daystar has definitely shaped me into the man that I am today. It has brought me closer to God. I strongly now see the importance of honesty and transparency, the beauty of diversity, and finally servant leadership.
So I'd say it was bringing about change. When you're a student leader, you come and find a situation. For example, at Daystar, I found a situation where students were not getting value for their money at the time. So we had an old curriculum, outdated equipment for journalism students, for example. But at the end of my term, I would say we had a new curriculum, competency-based curriculum, almost like what is going on at the national level right now. And also new equipment, we have new facilities for sports students. So I'd say bringing about that change is what was very important for me. There were moments where definitely it looked like that. It looked like almost you're retrogressive, you're fighting the system. But at the end of the day, you remind yourself why you're doing everything that you're doing. So for me, that reminder was I found this place this way, and by the end of my term, I'm hoping to get it to a certain point. And I think the students now are enjoying the fruits of that hard work. I'm really happy to see it, and I'd say that's why even for me, I went back to Daystar University to do my master's. So just them enjoying the fruits of that hard work, them getting better facilities, and them getting what they deserve is everything for me. I love helping young people. I love seeing someone walking in through these doors, struggling with, for example, drug and substance abuse, and walking out a completely changed person, becoming ambassadors of Restore and Renew Wellness Group. So for me, that's what makes my day. First, I'm a last born of 3 boys, so I tend to believe that I might have been a little bit spoiled. I had my fair share of trouble in school, and I think that then what I didn't know was maybe I was born to become a radical leader. So I think that's the kind of kid I was. I would say very smart. Got picked to become a head boy in school, games captain in university, and in high school as well. So I would say, yeah, that's the kind of kid I was. A mix of both. A bit of a troublemaker for the parents, but also I would say a good student at school. So actually what a lot of people don't know is I grew up in Thika. So in Thika I went to I think about 3 schools. One was St. David's, another New Bambini School, and then I finished my primary school education at Juja Preparatory. High school, I then went to Aga Khan Academy in Parklands, where I did my GCSEs. So I think growing up, one of the things, every kid wants to either be a pilot or a doctor, and that was the case for me in primary school. But I think as I grew older, I fell in love with communication and storytelling. So for me, it then changed and I took the direction. So ended up studying journalism in school, switched to public relations, and finally here I am in the communication space. So I think I've evolved over time. I've had parents who've always supported everything it is that we do, all our goals and ambitions. So for me, my parents were always very supportive. I remember, in fact, as soon as I mentioned that I wanted to be president, they called for a family meeting. We sat down, analyzed what it is that we needed to make that happen. And yes, we made it happen and won the seat. I think as a millennial, it's very important, especially with the pressures in life. First, I believe parents keep you grounded. Even, for example, if you're successful and a young person, a millennial, they keep you grounded, but also they give you the drive. Also, they have the experience. They've been there for a lot more time than you have been. So I believe this experience also helps you to navigate whenever you're faced with any challenges. So one of the highlights of my career is actually rising up the corporate ladder, becoming a chief marketing officer for a big tech company, but I'll tell you more about that after the break. So Welcome back from the break. Again, this is Aloys, Lavern, and I had mentioned that one of my key highlights was actually becoming a chief marketing officer at a tech company at the age of 26 at the time. So I had been working in the space, technology space for about 3 years, and I got a call up from one of the partners that we were working with, and we had a conversation. They asked me what I would do for their company, how could I improve their marketing and grow the business. And I thought this was just a friendly conversation, but after the conversation, the gentleman then mentioned that this was actually a job interview and that he was offering me this opportunity to become the chief marketing officer and head of partnerships. And yes, that happened, and I got the job, and I believe I did it to the best of my abilities, and actually expanded the business beyond Kenya and took it to Rwanda as well. This was definitely one of my best and biggest achievements that I'm really proud of, and it gave me the drive to now want to set up something of my own and also grow it. My highlights, definitely one of them was becoming student president of Daystar, longest serving student president in any private university. After that, it's just, I'd say I've been fortunate enough to never lack something to do. So I've been able to work good jobs and then now set up a business and also be able to create employment. So I think mine was a typical story of the underdog ending up becoming the winner. I was never the favorite to take the seat. But I was always very confident in the team. I believed I planned well, and the results were there to show. I was very nervous, I'll be very honest. It went late into the night. I remember going on my knees and praying, especially towards. So my whole team had won the other seats, and I was just wondering, will I be the exception? But God came through, and we got the seat, and I was very excited. Yes, went through a turbulent time at Daystar as students, just advocating for change. And what came out after that for me was definitely one of the highlights of my life. Us being able to, one, advocate for change, get new management, get the desired results, that definitely was one of the highlights. And the other one is setting up this place. My mom and I always had this dream. We always wanted to set up a facility like this, so being able to get it up and running, that is definitely one of the key highlights. I'd say the biggest lesson I've learned is, one, to trust the process and believe in myself. And if you really want it, then nothing should stop you from getting it. So just work hard, work smart, think beyond, and also seek mentorship. So for me, I think I've been fortunate in life to have very good mentors, and I believe that the ones who've actually helped me to be able to get to this point. Life is all about progress. Every single day with everything that you're doing, make sure that you're making some progress in your life. I think it's just something that I've always lived by. Never do I aspire to be perfect. I don't think anyone should be perfect. But I believe if you're making progress, even if it's slow progress, then eventually you will get to where you're trying to get to. It's upskilling, reading, speaking to mentors, like I've said, people who have done what you've done before, have learned lessons that you haven't learned yet. So I believe that helps you, and also there's a lot of short courses online now, so just always trying to do a short course that will get me 10 steps ahead of those who are ahead of me. One of the things that I always pick up is that one, keep progressing in your life, and whenever you're faced with any adversity, take it as an opportunity for you to learn, so that you keep progressing and it doesn't take you back. My dreams are very big, so big that sometimes they scare me. I would want to set up such a facility in every African country, but starting in Kenya, have it in literally every county, so that we're able to demystify mental health and mental well-being of young people. In the next 5 to 10 years, creating more employment, maybe having over 50 people working supporting those over 50 families. So I believe just creating employment for young people, the numbers are growing, so many people are getting out of school, and we need employment opportunities for these people. But I also believe in creating employment that is, one, sustainable, but also employment that will also help other young people create even more jobs. I think one of the biggest challenges that we face as millennials, myself included, is that one, we're not patient, want to get rich quick, and there's opportunities where people get lucky sometimes in life and you get the money very fast, but also it's okay to take your time, and it's okay to build a solid foundation so that even when you make this money, the solid foundation that you've actually created helps you then to sustain yourself and not just blow it as fast as it came. I think that just comes from a lot of the pressures that we see on social media. We see people driving flashy cars, living in fancy houses, splashing dollar bills everywhere. But what I would say is when you get rich quick, especially when it's in the wrong way, fast money goes as fast as it comes. So it's just, I think we just need to get our value system right and get back to what really matters. Yes, I mentor quite a number of people. We started an organization with a few friends way back, Vijana Mkeni Youth Organization. I'm also a partner of an organization called Mzazi Foundation, where we're doing a lot of mentorship programs at the coast currently. So yes, I do quite a lot of mentorship. It's a really great feeling to just pass down knowledge that you have and just seeing other people growing and wanting them to even become better than yourself. So I believe you don't shrink by lighting someone else's candle. Your candle doesn't shrink. I'd say that it's a fantastic space to be in. It's very fulfilling in the sense that you're not just working for the money, but you're also helping to better someone's life. So it's definitely something that they should take on, but also that people's paths are different. Just because it's something that I chose to do doesn't mean that it's something that necessarily you should do. Everyone has their own path in life, and we can all help in different ways. What I would say is that every person has their own journey in life. Take the necessary steps that are there, believe in yourself, work hard, most importantly work smart, and pray to God. As long as God's got you, then and you believe in yourself, then chances are you will achieve what you want to achieve. My social handles, Instagram, _Lavern Otieno, Twitter, Aloys.Lavern, and yes, that's where you can reach me. Facebook as well, Aloys Lavern Otieno. And for Restore and Renew Wellness Group, it's Restore and Renew Wellness Group on all social media platforms.